There are many hidden modifiers in the game that dictate outcomes when certain things happen on the battlefield. And one of those is which direction an attack is coming from. So this Nordic warlord is going to get attacked in the rear by this Nordic warlord. And it's going to turn around, and here we go. You can see it gets the attack in the rear tooltip. I fucking hate that advisor. And then, now several things are going to be happening. The Nordic warlord is going to have 0 melee defense when it's attacked in the rear. So if you remember from the melee attack and defense video, the melee attack of the Nordic warlord of 14 is now going to be added to the base value, base chance to hit of 40. So this Nordic warlord has a 54% chance to hit the Nordic warlord. However, that is not all. There is an attack factor in place when a unit is attacked in the rear by another unit, and that factor presumably works as a bonus to melee attack and defense, to melee attack and weapon damage. Most likely, not 100% sure because I haven't tested this, but it would make a lot of sense. Which in essence is going to add 30 to the Nordic warlords, the attacking Nordic warlords melee attack, and 30 to its damage. So it's now it now has maxed out its chance, just about, not entirely, but just about maxed out its chance to hit this Nordic warlord. It's going to be 14 plus 30, which is 44, plus the 40 base, so 84, almost maxed out, 84% chance to hit when hitting this Nordic warlord in the rear. So that is a very substantial increase in the fighting prowess of the Nordic warlord. And this also means that every single unit in the game, no matter how shitty its melee stats are, is going to do well when it's able to rear charge a unit. Rear charging is massive. It doesn't only do that. You can see that. Let's just wait until the morale drops here a bit from the charge. The reason why I'm at 82 morale is because I've charged and now the morale drops. So you can see that the morale is 55 here and it's 46 for the other Nordic warlord. And the reason for that is that being attacked in the rear is going to reduce morale by 9 as well. So you're going to be dying quicker, you're going to have less morale, and you're going to be killing less. So I'm just going to fast forward here for a little while, because another factor that comes into play is that when you are attacked in the rear, or indeed when you start losing men, being outnumbered is going to reduce the melee defense of the unit that is outnumbered. So when a unit starts losing, it's going to get progressively worse. When attacked in the rear though, it doesn't really matter, because you're going to be at 0 melee defense anyway. And you can see this Nordic warlord hasn't taken casualties yet, while this Nordic warlord has taken 20, has lost 20 men. And this is from a unit that has 143 health. And it doesn't have great offensive stats, but more about that in another video. But you can see here we have 25 casualties caused, and here 25 casualties and I'm taking no casualties in return. So just to sum up quickly, attacking in the rear is going to reduce the melee defense of the unit that is attacked down to 0. It's going to reduce its morale by 9, and it's going to possibly, it would make sense, considering some of the tests I've done where units are attacked in the rear and all of a sudden the kills start increasing like crazy, even on low damage units like Nordic Band and the Nordic Brigades, and indeed archers, that there is a 30 bonus in place when a unit is attacking another unit in the rear. So you're not only losing your defense, you're not only losing morale, you are potentially also taking more damage from the weapons themselves. So being attacked in the rear is devastating, and when a unit starts, I'm going to go out on a limb here and make a few guesses, because this is going to be on a soldier soldier on a per soldier basis. So there are these soldiers that you see here are not represented like this in if we could see the Warscape engine without all the visual flash, what we would see here is we would see a bunch of cylinders standing around, and if these cylinders get within the attack radius of these cylinders in the rear, then the rear charge penalties and the bonuses are going to come into effect. So what that means is that you don't really need to have a clean rear charge in order to engage some units in the rear. If, for example, this unit is in a block formation, I use the widest possible formation I can, and I start piling around the sides significantly enough that I'm able to start engaging some of these cylinders in the flanks and in the rear. That is going to be enough, and that looked pretty cool actually. And that is some of the reason why it's so effective to go wide, because it ensures that you will be fighting on the flanks and sometimes even in the rear against denser enemy formations. So I'll talk more about attacking from the flank specifically in another video, but this was about attacking in the rear, which is going to be devastating for any unit, basically. Strength and honor.